Good morning. Oh, I actually didn't mean to hit the button yet. Hi. Hey, good morning. I've got a weird light slant. I'm going to look and see if I can make this adjustment without disconnecting us. And I can. Okay. Hi. I turned the light down on my phone at night and I couldn't see you. Whoops. Yes. The sun is out again. It's been raining off and on, but we have sun now. Let me drop this down. See if I can do this without popping the thing. I think my tripod was popping because I was leaving it outside at night, so the rubber was getting hard. So, how is everyone? I still feel like this is weird. I'm not going to touch it. I'm afraid it's going to blow up. I don't want it to blow up on us. Okay. There. I got out here without half my stuff. Hi, Sarah. Hi. I think I saw lots of familiar names and maybe one not. I don't have my business card out here or anything, but my name's Michelle Wolf. Hello. And you can find me at caddyshackdesigns.com. And you can, if you ever have questions about anything, snow too high for the dog, good Lord. Yeah. If you ever have questions about essential oils or any of the things we talk about, design map workshops, whatever, you can email me at caddyshackdesigns@gmail.com, or I'm on here every day and you can toss questions out in the comments. And design map workshops, the men's workshop starts December 28th. Oh, thank you. And the ticket sales end, I think I put it on December 19th. So that's coming up. If any of the men in your life would like to take a Desire Map workshop, let them know. It's still at 2015 prices. The women's workshop that starts in January, I raised it slightly for 2016. Okay, today's Course in Miracles Day. I listened to Marianne Williamson last night, and it froze up a little bit, but I was able to get some good information about how the need for, the need for prayer and is amplified, and I'll tell you a little bit, or what I remember. I mean, it was like an hour and a half talk, so, my attention span's not that great at 10:30 at night. But let's start with the Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles, this one. We're in the workbook, and I'm just going from the back lessons, the end of the year lessons. Good morning. In January, I'll start over at lesson number 1. And we'll be in order for next year. Whoops. Went right past it. So, where am I? $342. Hold on. Nope. 348. Lesson 348 in the Workbook for Students Part 2, if you are following along in the book. It's talking about anger or fear. I actually feel a little better today. I think my surrender oil, and I combined the Batch Flower Remedies, Holly and Willow, which are for anger and resentment stuff. Because I've been feeling so yucky, and it's such old stuff. So I think the combination of all three of those, starting yesterday about noon, has shifted the balance. So I still don't feel super great, but I feel a lot better. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. 348 is, I have no cause for anger or for fear, for you surround me. And in every need that I perceive, thank you, me too, your grace suffices me. Grace is enough. Grace is all that we need. I wonder, Sarah is asking, if you guys are just listening, are these feelings just in our collective unconsciousness. I'm glad you said that because as I've been open about my living in the pit lately, even people that normally don't comment a lot on Facebook have either messaged me or left a comment that they've been struggling with depression and just general yucky, got a bad case of the fuckets and just don't feel good. So maybe as we increase our prayer, we are increasing our state of release. Case of the fuckets. Have you guys heard of the fuck it bucket? I was thinking of turning my God box into a fuck it bucket. A total shit storm. I kind of feel like that too. I feel like life has really gone to hell in a handbasket lately. And as I talk about it and complain about it, I'm hearing from other people that I'm not alone in my misery. So in a way that makes me feel better. That's kind of fucked up, but I feel better because I'm not alone, but I feel bad that, we're all suffering. A fuck it bucket. So a fuck it bucket is like right. You throw all your worries and concerns in a God box so that you can let them go. And sometimes I think, I can't remember where I saw this fuck it bucket thing, but then I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn my God box into that. I'm just going to buy one of those little silver buckets at Michael's and throw all the stuff in it that I don't want to think about. And call it my fuck it bucket. So, so was it, Mom, did you say if it's all of us together when we pop, we'll all pop together? A worry box with angels. Yeah. It's important. So if you have a God box, right, there's some days you're just like, write it on paper and throw it in a bucket. A bucket. But if you have a God box or a worry box or a fuck it bucket or whatever, it is helpful to write things down and then throw it in the box or bucket or whatever, or the basket. Lynn said fuck it basket. Your kids, oh. Well, the twins are the same. They're just whiny, and we've had weeks and weeks of wonderful fun, and now they are just little pills, little bitter pills. Little bitter pills to swallow, those Twinkies. Oh gosh. So we're all just suffering together. Your son booed the ballet. And the weather is wrong, right? It's supposed to be cold. Sarah's son booed the ballet at the Nutcracker. Oh, that's probably true, Catherine. That's probably true. And it's quiet at the ballet, too, so probably a lot of people. Well, the Nutcracker's not too quiet, but oh my God, that is hilarious. Oh, God. I can't. Oh, man. I want the twins to learn how to talk, but then again, maybe I don't. Well, according to this book, we have no cause for anger or fear. For we are surrounded by love, and in every need that we perceive, grace is enough. It doesn't feel like enough the last few days. I have needed extra support. Father, let me remember you are here and I am not alone. Well, that's true. Right. We are not alone, even in our grumpy suffering. Surrounding me is everlasting love. I have no cause for anything except the perfect peace and joy I share with you. What need have I for anger or for fear? Surrounding me is perfect safety. I think there's a point to this, and I think Marianne Williamson did a great job of summing it up last night. So even though this morning it sounds completely ludicrous, I think her explanation will help us. Because it sure doesn't feel like I'm surrounded by perfect safety and love today, or yesterday, or the day before. Can I be afraid when your eternal promise goes with me? Surrounding me is perfect sinlessness. What can I fear when you created me in holiness as perfect as your own? God's grace suffices us in everything that He would have us do, and only that we choose to have our will be the same as love's. So, what she was saying last night, the comparison, oh my God, the dew is dropping. I've got a lid on my coffee cup though, because I suspected that might happen. But my book just got dripped on. She said last night, the comparison she gave, did anybody watch it last night? She was on live stream, which is kind of an annoying platform because it freezes up a lot and you have to register and you have to keep re-registering. If you Google Marianne Williamson live stream Monday, you'll find it. The comparison she gave was in the 80s when the AIDS epidemic was fully in our consciousness and doctors were going, we got nothing. I'm paraphrasing, of course. Marianne Williamson didn't get on stage and say, we got nothing. She said it much more eloquently than I'll be able to paraphrase it. But she said that when the AIDS epidemic came along, of course, it was completely overwhelming and we had no treatment. We didn't know what to do. Everyone freaked out and called it the gay disease until non-gay people showed up with it. And then they were like, well, now what? And they went through all available treatments and they didn't work. And so they began turning to alternative health, complementary health, and now it's called integrative medicine. Yes. Only when the doctors hit the end of their rope, having tried everything and people still dropping like flies around them, did they look to the alternative community and say, okay, we've got nothing. What do we do? Help us. We'll take anything. Anything you got, we'll take it. So that was the start of hospitals and institutions being more willing to take a look and try acupuncture and acupressure and Reiki and flowers and flower essences and oils and I have I'm connected to a person who's doing really well, and I won't say who it is because I doubt he wants everyone knowing that, but it's not in my personal realm. It's through someone else. But anyway, he's doing really well. But at the time in the 80s when people were just dying and dying and dying and dying. So she said it's the same now. What's happening is the same. That people are hitting the ends of their ropes. Their old ways are not working. And they're starting to turn to spirituality and turn to the spiritual community and say, we don't know what to do now. What do we do? How do we pray? Who do we pray to? What do we pray about? If that's the case, it makes sense that our collective sense of grumpiness might be amplified, because it does drive home the point that you have to turn inward. When everything that you're reaching for outside is completely not working and it's completely unsatisfying, help! Help! Bugs Bunny. When Bugs Bunny starts screaming help, that's the funniest scream for help ever. Help! Help! But it does kind of make sense. Everything that we're reaching for is not working. It's completely unsatisfying. Hi, Chelsea. It's completely useless. It doesn't freaking work. I tried tuning out with cheese fries. It didn't work. That's a bad day when your cheese fry escape method, your escape hatch, your emergency escape hatch system does not work. I keep a plate of cheese fries behind a glass case. It says, break here in case of emergency, and it has a fork by it. When you have to pick up the fork. Right. Food doesn't work. Money doesn't work. Stuff doesn't work. Ice cream failed me. It needed ranch dressing. That was the real problem. Anger and fear doesn't work. What do we do? What do we do? Cheese fries. Cheese fries don't work. What the hell do you do when cheese fries can't numb you out? Come on now. Life is bad. The more we reach outward to stop feeling it, seems like I'll have to try cheesecake. Tacos work. Sarah's like, try tacos. Cheese fries don't work. I got your solution. Tacos work. The world is ending. The sky is falling. The world as we know it is ending. REM. The world as we know it is ending. We are moving through a change, and it will not be the same on the other side. I like tacos too. Tacos are cheap too. Margaritas are not cheap because tequila's expensive. But margaritas do work. We could have tacos for dinner. We totally could. But you know what I mean? Like, things are changing. Anger doesn't work. Fear isn't working. The saving grace. Tacos is the only thing Linda can cook. Therefore, we know it is a divinely guided solution. Because Linda can't cook. So, Sarah brought up tacos. Tacos work. We know it's right on target because it's something Linda can cook. Me too. Tacos don't give me headaches. You guys are hilarious. Well, everything I've done has not worked. So I suppose I'll have to try tacos. I did try chips and salsa last night. That didn't work either. And tater tots. Tater tots are a poor substitute for fries. Let's see what Marianne says about the law of divine compensation. Oh, she said her antidote to this was, they're painful. Yeah, they hurt my stomach. I actually can't because when I was a rotten kid, I got drunk. Well, the people around me were somewhat rotten as well as they were supplying the tequila. But I got drunk a lot on tequila as a youngster. And I cannot smell tequila. Ever. Ever. It's not good. So for those of you that can still drink of the margarita, I'm jealous. I'm working through jealousy. Surrender is supposed to help with that. Batch flower remedies, willow and holly are supposed to help with that. Tanya, get out of town. Tanya, you've never tried a margarita? That's be the first thing I buy you when I eventually make it to Charleston. Marianne's antidote to this issue. I'm shocked and appalled. Tanya. I'm shocked and appalled. More prayer. Before you get out of bed, pray. Remember that this is a hallucination. It's not only a dream. Definitely, if you're going to drink a margarita, drink the good stuff. For God's sake, don't drink the cheap. It'll kill you. She is a Southern belle. Okay, fine. Prayer. Jeez. If we have to, you can pray over the tacos. Probably not. Catherine, probably not. Except for this one time at band camp at Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. So Catherine, she referenced I'm going to guess it was the Old Testament last night, and she said, the Bible says Adam fell asleep, and it doesn't say that he ever woke up. And she was referencing that as the point in time, as we understand time, because time doesn't really exist, I smell a meme coming on. It smells like tacos and tequila. At the point in time where humanity fell into, deviated from true full connection with God to getting temporarily lost inside hallucinations. She said that what we get lost in is not a dream, just a dream. It's a terrible hallucination. We could probably make up a tacos and tequila song if we tried hard enough. But maybe later. Adam fell asleep. We have certainly fallen asleep. There's this book called, I'm totally rambling, guys, I'm sorry. Just, man, now I'm the talky McTalk. There's a book called Captivating, and it's written by Stacey Eldridge. We are totally hallucinating. I'm hallucinating the most beautiful hearts I've ever seen. Thank you for the hearts. I hope that if you're new to this scope, that it's not total chaos for you. We do actually talk about stuff besides tacos and alcoholism. Don't you all think many children seem different, more connected today? Yes, I do. I do, Tanya. It's totally random. So the book Captivating by Stacey Eldridge is Stasi, Stacey with an S. Yes, I agree. I agree that the children that we're all connected to are different. I do. I think they will save us. She says in there that it's talking about women's expecting men to fulfill the role of total romantic and fulfill all their needs for love, when really that only a connection to God and Source can do that for you. There's some things in her book that I think are kind of whack nutty, at the back, but whatever. It had good information in it, and it helped me in my process of self-acceptance. Oh, I love high school kids. They're so awful. I liked it. It helped me a lot. It helped me so much in my understanding that the man I was looking for was never going to do it for me. It just wasn't. That it wasn't about that at all. That I needed to focus on my connection to spirit instead. Excuse me. But the thing she said in there that impacted me the most, that I've remembered all these years, this was way back in 2006 maybe? Catherine, do you remember 2007 when I was going on and on about that book? Right. Captivating. Captivating. It's about femininity and our relationships with men. Stacey Eldridge, STASIELDRIDGE. If you Google Stacey and Captivating, you'll find it, because that's an unusual spelling for her name. She said in there that there's a part in the Bible, and I will totally screw this up because I don't remember. I want to say it was Hosea, Hosea, where God is talking about Jerusalem. And as someone's trying, 2008, after Yonah and Jen. Okay, so 2008, must have been 2008 because it was before I met Heath. So she, the metaphor is, as you're trying to deviate from your connection to love, God will throw obstacles in your path to, in a sense, force you to turn back. And I don't believe that we're actually forced. Yeah, it was before Heath, because this started the process of me letting go of all that. So, but okay, so I don't believe that we are forced into anything, but it does feel like how can I say this? When I eat cleanly, and then I eat a basket of cheese fries, I super triple suffer. It's like a triple bad dream because I've been eating clean. Similar to that, I feel like what's happening is when I've been connected to God on a daily 24/7 basis for several days at a time, and then I slip away, it hurts more. It hurts a lot more. And I feel compelled to do whatever I can to get back in the flow of that source. Does that make sense? Okay. So I think that explains part of why it's easier to get back. It hurts a whole lot more when I'm away from that connection. I've been asking, like, why is this so effing painful? Why am I in so much pain? So much pain. Why does this hurt so bad? That's it. God will try to block you from bad paths and will try to encourage you to turn back to Him. Yes. It's something about Jerusalem and rocks in the path or something. Yes, it's different when we know what we're missing. That may be a possible explanation for why we're all hurting so bad. So what happened? The world went crazy pants on us. We can go away anyway, and he'll let you go, but he will try to get you to come back. He'll try to slow you down, maybe. So the world went nuts. A few weeks ago, the world went crazy pants. All up in our face. Donald Trump went bananas. No, let's not pair Trumps and bananas, because we have our own banana metaphor. Trump got louder. Paris happened. San Bernardino happened. Shooting in Savannah happened. Stabbing in Paris. Whatever. Stuff went horrible quickly. It was extremely hard to stay connected for the last few weeks. It's been a real challenge. At some point, my cheese slipped off its cracker. I believe this may be what happened. Collectively. The darkness of the year. Yes, we're approaching the hardest part of the year with light and season. Our weather is wonked. The more you try to connect, the more the devil, the negative, will drag you to resistance, whatever you want to call it, will drag at you. So, that may be part of it. Just like clean eating, when you slip up and eat something like a cheeseburger, you really suffer more for it, which I think is horribly unfair. Right. Welcome him in. Say, you don't scare me, mofo. Now it hurts more when I'm disconnected. And I feel like I've had a hard time getting back, but I also feel like there's a lot of physical process. So it's multi-layered, I guess. But I think that's part of it. I've been in there enough that now it's really painful when I'm not. The state of loveless... Had a hairball there. Yeah. Tongue tangled up. Lovelessness is much more painful these days. When you hallucinate, you're never actually disconnected. Correct? You're just lost in the hallucination. Yeah. You're never actually disconnected. So, recognizing you're hallucinating is the first step. And then looking around for support. I've needed extra support to get back to a loveless state of mind lately. And it's working when I remembered to ask for help and ask for support. So, yeah, and when you change your mind, your body reflects that change, and that can be a painful process. But it's just a process, so it's over. So here's the thing. Here's where our book starts today. We're on this book now. Trying to get back on track. Of course, things might have gone roughly in the past, but the past is over and cannot touch you unless you hold on to it. Right now, in this moment, the universe is responding not to your past, but to the truth of who you are, always were, and always will be. We've all got the right stuff because all of us are hosts to God. Let me complete that prior thought. What I meant to say was when it seems that collectively we lost our connection to love temporarily, which is why everyone we know is experiencing the same state. So collectively, let's pray for each other to move back in to our state of love and reconnect to our awareness of the divine beloved in our life. Because if we all moved off together, we can all come back together. Let's use the power of our group. That's what I meant to say earlier. Love's voice, not the fear-based ego voice, is the voice we can listen to and learn to follow. Each of us is meant to channel the spiritual realities of talent, creativity, and intelligence. This is nothing to take personal credit for, but nothing to apologize for either. You need not deny your inherent power, the power that's been given to you as your birthright. Yes, perfect. Some people want to profit off our love lost, making people believe love has been lost. fear-mongering is rampant. I unfortunately watched a video of a African-American man being taken out of a Trump rally, dragged out, basically, with all sorts of things flying vocally, including a Nazi reference. And I was like, wow, it must have kind of felt like that during the Civil Rights era when you saw on TV these bizarre things happening. So let's not let that win. Let's not let resistance win. Sometimes it's easier to envision others reestablishing their connection to totality than for ourselves. No love has been lost. We're just being sold that, and people are buying into it. And because I think, my theory is, because we're sensitive and empathic people, we get drawn into that swirl easily. And it's very, very painful to us. Very, very painful. So in a way, one gift of my latest depression state has been that I've turned away from a lot of social media. I've just doing minimal email checks. I haven't been on Facebook a whole lot posting, but not I have still been posting a lot because, you know, I'm an overposter. But I am not staying on there. I'm getting on, posting my stuff, reading a few comments, replying to a few things, and getting back off again. That's one of the gifts. We have to be, I think I said this over the weekend maybe, we have to be extra alert because of our inherent sensitivities and avoiding certain friends, avoiding negative people, places, and things. We're vulnerable. I think we're we're extremely powerful. We're also extremely more likely to get knocked off kilter than someone who's not sensitive or empathic in nature. So there's no need to apologize for our inherent power, and we just have to remember to draw on it to stay awake. It's a struggle to stay awake. You know how it is when you're taking a road trip and you're the driver and everyone around you is asleep? It's so freaking hard to stay awake because everyone's making sleepy noises around you, and it's quiet and it's cozy and everyone's kind of snoring a little bit. It's really hard to stay awake. Cheese puffs. Cheese puffs and truck stop coffee. I like kettle chips. Okay, so you can think of it that way. It's really important for us to stay awake and help keep each other awake. When everyone in the car is sleeping, they don't need to sleep. Screw them. I have to be awake. You can be awake. Okay, anyway. As a child of God, as a divine being, you just happen to be the recipient of endless power and possibility. Cheese puffs for the soul. There's a book. They can sleep through it. Wow, I'm impressed. This connection to love never changes. Cheesy poofs. We just forget about it. We just hallucinate. The recognition of love's infinite power and infinite love for us is important in relation to another negative self-concept that weighs heavily on many people, the thought that we're too old to manifest work or money. Oh, I don't feel that. Once again, we are challenged to think as God thinks. The body ages. But the spirit does not. Never at any point does the I almost said government. That's ridiculous. Never at any point does the universe give up on us, consider us not good enough, or consider us has-beens. Only if you think of yourself in such ways can you block the flow of miracles to your door. This could be important. Women particularly are tempted to believe that our value declines with our physical beauty. Yet sometimes it is when our outer beauty begins to fade that our inner beauty shines most brightly. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, as we grow old, the beauty steals inward. It didn't go away. It just snuck away inward. To the universe, we are never invisible. It's true that in youth we have some wonderful things that we lose when we're older, but it's also true that when we're older, we have some wonderful things we didn't have when we were young. So true. The gifts of age aren't quite as tangible as the gifts of youth, but they are no less real. I'd say they're way more powerful. Me too. I like that too. As we grow old, the beauty steals inward. Ralph Waldo Emerson. We have to claim our new gifts, the new gifts of age, fully appreciating the non-material gift of wisdom that comes from accumulated life experience. The universe will follow our lead, reflecting. Me too. I other than the effects of gravity, which I'm not super thrilled with on my physical self, I love where my mental state is going. I love it. Every year that I get older, I feel more free. And I live married to someone who's significantly younger than I am. And I do sometimes find myself just shaking my head and going, well, you'll get there eventually. Our sacred crondom. Emily Dickinson wrote, "We turn not older with years, but newer every day." Your bucket box gets bigger every year. That is so true. There's things that I used to care about just drop away. Yes, if you're older, there might be people who won't want to hire you because of it, but the miraculous universe doesn't care about that. The universe is flexible, and if we're open to infinite possibilities, possibilities will appear. Miracles are natural. When they do not occur, something has gone wrong. There are examples in the world today of hot and happening octogenarians. If Betty White can be the hottest mama in Cleveland, then surely anything is possible. I don't think anyone believes that she can't find work. Betty White is a beautiful woman. I love her. How do we quit the negative self-talk, the chronic repetition of thoughts and feelings? Now, this can apply to anything. So if, like me, you're going through a lot of repetitive bullshit self-talk in the last few days, this applies to that as well. Any kind of negative self-talk on any subject. The chronic repetition of thoughts and feelings that cause us to emotionally spiral downward. It's not always as easy as saying, I won't think that way anymore. I don't want to think about that today. I'll think about that tomorrow. Well, that's not working either. Entrenched thought forms are like a buildup of plaque on our consciousness. That's gross. But we're not asked to be our own transformers. We're asked only to surrender the thoughts and feelings that need transforming. Surrender. Surrender, surrender. According to A Course in Miracles, though prayer love is received. No, sorry. This is good. Through prayer, love is received. And through miracles, love is expressed. We receive love through prayer. We express love through miracles. Anytime you can help yourself or someone else shift their perception on a problem, you've been an instrument of a miracle. You've been a tool for miracles. I really like that a lot. Through prayer, love is received, and through miracles, love is expressed. I'll take it. I will too. According to A Course in Miracles, just said that. I guess I'll read it again. You're a tool. You're a tool for love and light. Through prayer, love is received. Through miracles, love is expressed. You're a tool of miracles. So here's our prayer. Oh my gosh, it couldn't be more perfect. See, this is how we know we're not really disconnected. Because these things arise always in the perfect time. I haven't read this book in years. You're a tool of miracles. Next time someone calls you a tool, just say, of miracles. That's right. Dear God, I feel myself falling into the hole of self-pity, self-obsession, and negativity. 3 snaps. That's right, bitches. That's right, bitches. I'm a tool. I've lost all professionalism today. Dear God, It's Me, Margaret. Did anyone read that book? There's another random thought. That was a great book. Dear God, I feel myself falling into the hole of self-pity, self-obsession, and negativity. I know I shouldn't think this way, but I'm afraid and I cannot stop. Of course, we all did, right? Please replace my thoughts with yours, Divine Beloved. I am willing to see myself in all things differently. Dear God, It's Me, Vodka. Chelsea Lately, right? It was good. I didn't read it, but it looked funny. Here's the key statement in this whole prayer. I think it was a bestseller for a while. Dear God, It's Me, Vodka. Please replace my thoughts with yours. I am willing. You don't have to be there. You don't have to take a step out of a pit of despair right into happiness. You actually can't. But being willing is the key. I am willing to see myself and all things differently. Please send me the miracle of new eyes and ears. Our tendency is to ask for the miracle of a credit card or a fat check. But the miracle we really need, or whatever, the miracle of a basket of cheese fries, whatever miracle it is, the miracle of a perfect margarita. But what we really need is the shift in perception, dollar bills. Please send me the miracle of new eyes and ears that I might know my greater good. Dear God, I feel myself falling into the hole of self-pity, self-obsession, and negativity. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's a Christmas taco miracle. There's another book. Sarah's full of books today. It's a Christmas taco miracle. There's definitely a book in that. I know I shouldn't think this way, but I'm afraid and I cannot stop. I can't stop. When I get on that roll... Oh, good. You're welcome. You're welcome, Nina. All our random ramblings. Taco. It's a Christmas taco miracle, Nina. Have a good day at work. Go have tacos for lunch. And you don't have to feel bad when you've been, if you're a teacher or you've been on a spiritual path for a while and you find yourself in the pit of despair, like from the Princess Bride. It just happens. It's just human. It's part of the human condition. It never stops. That can be a depressing thought. It never stops. It can also be an empowering thought. It's Taco Tuesday. Because since it never stops, you can prepare for it. As you know, it's going to come around again. And sometimes we really can't stop. I wasn't able to put the brakes on any of this until finally yesterday I was like, help me see this differently. Help me see this differently, please. What the hell is going on? I can't shift this. I kept trying to shift it on my own, right? That's a rookie mistake. That's a rookie mistake. I spent so many days trying to shift this on my own. Using my malas and that kind of stuff, but not reaching my hand out, my spiritual hand out and saying, I need a hand up here. I've fallen and I can't get up. Bye, Linda. I know better than that. What the hell? Help me, God. I've fallen and I can't get up. That's my prayer. That was my prayer yesterday. Like, I am in a hole and I can't figure it out. And I don't know what to do. Because I've been reading, I've been scoping, I've been complaining and whining. Lots of love to you too, Linda. I've dived into it. That doesn't seem to help. I've tried I waited until I was out of options before praying. Help! Help me! I did that rookie mistake. I waited till I had nothing left. And then it shifted. And then I was like, oh, hey, Oil person. You got a closet full of oils over there that might help. There might be one in there. Well, hi, buddy. There might be one in there that would help you feel better. Duh. Don't do that. Rookie. Greenhorn. Greenhorn mistake. Oh, hello, kitty. It's a kitty. Hootie. Hootie, my lap is not set up for you right here. You don't know what my soul... At 4 a.m. you realized you didn't know what your soul was up to, so you just let it go. Good idea. Good idea. Please replace my thoughts with yours. I am willing to see myself and all things differently. Please send me the miracle of new eyes and ears that I might know my greater good. Amen. Amen. Oh, your feet are wet. Ugh. Your feet, look at he's so handsome. Is he beautiful? Please. Did y'all watch Hee Haw as a kid? Were you in a place where they had Hee Haw? I think it was Hee Haw. There's a group of old men that used to sit around on a porch. It was a skit show. Hee Haw. Yep. So do you remember oh my gosh, do you remember the Gloom and Despair song? Gloom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. Oh, bummer. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Gloom, despair, agony on me. Grandpa Jones. Sometimes that song makes me get over myself. Not lately. It's a bigger deal lately. Oh, Hootsy. Hoot knows what to do. His feet are cold and wet, so he just crawls in a nice warm lap and sits in the sun and gets a neck massage. He's no dummy. Yeah, that song is hilarious. Grandpa Jones. He's a big guy. Yeah, he is. He's big. Of course, this camera makes things look like my boobs are not as big as they look in this. He's so sweet. He is so sweet. The angle on the camera makes things look larger, but he is large. He probably weighs about 14 pounds. He's a big guy. Tonka probably weighs about 15 or 16 pounds. Let me see. If I tilt it, you may pop off the tripod, but see if I can get a more accurate. There's his head, so that's a little more accurate size. Anywho. So, don't make a rookie mistake like I did. Reach for your connection to love first. I know, right? He does have a big jaw. Like, he has a wider jaw. Oh, 21 pounds. He's handsome. I have a lot of pictures of him on Instagram. As a photographer, black cats are like a challenge from nature because they're extremely difficult to photograph. So I stalk him a lot when I'm in a camera mood. And when I get a good picture of him, I'm just giddy with excitement. He's difficult to photograph because of his sooty color. Yeah, he's all black. When we first met him, you guys know his story, I think, but he was so malnutritioned, his whiskers were white. Black pugs too, yeah, black labs, any all black animals, really tricky to photograph. As he got more nutrition from us, his white whiskers fell out and normal black ones came in. Yeah, Charlie's going to be hard for you to photograph. And let me tell you, the hardest... Oh, yeah, she's a total pug person. Don't you have... I think he's probably about 4. His teeth are really white. But he seems more mature. He seemed more mature than the other ones. I think he's probably about 4 years old, maybe 5 by now. When I found him, I thought he was about 3. So maybe about 5 years old now. So yeah, Tanya, you and Catherine should talk about pugs. Dogs are good. The hardest animal to draw when you're a black and white portrait artist is a black animal. I've done it, but that's a real challenge too. You have to really hope you get good pictures to draw from. Oh, I was going to say his jaw muscles are wider than the other cats, so he does have a big head. The colony that he came from had a cat in it we used to call Orange Crush. Orange Crush was like twice his size, and his head was like a grapefruit. And he had those massive jaw muscles. So we know that he and some of the other cats we pulled out of that colony and got homes for were all related because they all had these big, heavy jaw muscles. Orange Crush was our nickname for him. Keensburg, Colorado. All of our cats except Tonka and, that's okay, Sarah, I'm wrapping up anyway. I'm just rambling for sure now. Tonka and Ginger Rose are not related. Grit and Juniper Hoot and Juna are all probably cousins in some way or another because it was a small town in a fairly, town of like 700 people. So, and you can see similarities in them that let you know that the gene pool is all, they're loosely related somehow or another. So, that's really all I have today. Do you have questions? Does that make sense? That things are going to get more painful when you get out of alignment with love now that you've been soaking in it every day? And to please ask for help soon. When things don't start to go wrong, that's really one of my goals. Okay. Oh, cool. I'll wrap up. We can go watch the snowfall. Yeah. I don't really have anything left. But I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you for all of the love and hearts and blessings on your heads. And may we all feel our connection to love more and more and more as the day goes on. Many blessings. Many blessings. Thank you for everything. You're welcome. Be a tool. Be a tool today.